United requiring 2 points to keep the pressure on at the top, and Hibs, of course, anxious to maintain their efforts to get away from the bottom reaches of that division. Hibs lining up with their new players. One of them, of course, is Tom Carson, who has replaced Alan Ruff, out through injury, signed from Dundee on loan. £50,000 signing from Dumbarton was at Dens Park in 1984. There's Gordon Ray's header, and Dundee United on very familiar lines. They still don't have Paul Hegarty in the lineup, of course, but John Clark is back in the side. He's missed the last 3 matches through injury, and he's playing at centre-half alongside David Neary. There's McInally. Now Gallacher's dummy. Good exchange with Ferguson. Down goes Gallacher. And the appeals for a penalty kick waved aside by referee Yates. A delightful piece of play. Gallacher with the dummy. Ferguson playing it into his path. There was John Collins back marking Gallacher, the two number 8s together. And the referee says there's no offence. Ray using Tom Carson, relishing the prospect of first-team football after being in the shadow of Bobby Giddis for about 18 months at Dens Park. McInally to Bannon. And United have no qualms about sending it back into defence and to goalkeeper Billy Thompson when required. McInally going in bravely. It's a good pass from Collins. Tortolano. And Clark provides the cover for Kirkwood. Ferguson is free on the right for United. Gallacher waits in the middle. The chance for Gallacher. Brilliantly finished. Kevin Gallacher's 8th goal of the season. 14 minutes gone. And a fine, swift move from Dundee United. The Hibs move breaking down as Tortolano tried to take on Kirkwood. Clark sent the ball forward. There was Ferguson sprinting clear. He spotted Gallacher in the middle. The ball reached the United striker, and ever so calmly he tucks it beyond Tom Carson for the opening goal. It's a Hibs throw. McCluskey brought down by Malpass, and the referee will have a word with the international defender. Some delightful skill shown there by George McCluskey as he weaved out of that ruck of players, but was caught late by Malpass. Redford's clearance. Snedden making for the byline, a good cross. There's Tortolano. Hangs his head, the young Hibs winger. But he certainly had no option but to take that first time. Good play on the right from Alan Snedden, forcing his way towards the byline, getting in that long, deep cross, falling to the left boot of Joe Tortolano. And he tried to take on Thompson with a first-time volley. Here's a chance for McCluskey. He's in behind Clark. And John Clark reacted with deceptive pace there to get in front of McCluskey to make the clearance. McIntyre. Tortolano with a short ball inside. Here's George McCluskey weaving his way through. And a miraculous save in the end from Billy Thompson. Oh, what a solo goal that would have been. McCluskey coming in from the corner of the box, jinking and weaving and turning and twisting through the United defence. And the shot in the end, beaten out of the top corner by Billy Thompson. Beaten though by McIntyre. There's Bannon. That's Clark. No stranger to this position, the former striker. And the quick turn wins the corner kick. off Steve Curran, who followed the United defender all the way to the Hibs box. Sturrock's corner. McInally giving it to Bell. We had a chance now for Hibs on the break. Tortolano has McCluskey through the middle. United getting men back very quickly indeed. One of them is Redford. And excellent defending by Ian Redford, showing his running power there to get back and help out in defence. Now it's with Sturrock for United. There's Kevin Gallacher, a great chance. Trying to ease the ball beyond Tom Carson. And again, United showing how deadly they can be in the break. Just look at the quality of the pass there from Sturrock, threading it through the Hibs defence for Gallacher. He didn't control it well the first time, and then was slightly off balance when he tried to place it beyond Carson. So scarcely enough time for an attack to build up for Hibs, I think. As Tom Carson chooses to launch a long ball downfield. No time left. There goes the half-time whistle. Hibs depart, a goal behind. The scorer was Kevin Gallacher, but that really was a just reward for the dominance which United had throughout that first half. Some superb football, a complete grip in midfield. And in the 14th minute, they showed their swiftness out of defence when John Clark's clearance was picked up by Ferguson. The first-time pass and Gallacher swooping to knock home the only goal of the first half. So at half-time, here at Easter Road, it's Hibs 0 in the second half. Trying to capitalise, I'm sure, on the advantage they earned in the first half. It was a very impressive display over the piece, with their midfield men, Bannon, McInally and Redford, supported by Sturrock wide in the left, appearing to hold sway throughout that period. Just one brief flurry, about 10 minutes on the half-hour mark from Hibs, which almost got them back in level terms after Gallacher's opener in the 14th minute. But we'll see what tactical adjustments may have been made during the interval, particularly I think by Hibs, to cope with this very well-oiled United machine. There's Gordon Ray with the pass back. And Carson launching a long ball forward. Up goes Cowan. Bannon to Snedden. It's Paul Kane once again, tackled by Redford. Now pass, a delicate header to Redford. That's picked up though by Bell. Good play from Dougie Bell. McIntyre taking over. Tortolano is ahead of him. That's for McCluskey, who looked very dangerous in flashes in that first half. Now Tortolano trying to make room for the cross. McCluskey. Still George McCluskey. Now McIntyre to Bell. Collins. McCluskey with a turn. A neat piece of play once again from George McCluskey. Took a knock in the act of shooting. But he really does appear to be regaining his old touch, which served Celtic to such great effect before his transfer to Leeds United. Turning well as he received the pass from Collins to drive the ball wide of goal and got caught on the ankle in the process. And the composed figure of John Clark picks it up once again in defence for Dundee United. Applause once again for the very stylish defender, Graham Mitchell, who's clearly been welcomed by the Hibs fans. Snedden running into Redford. Good dummy by McCluskey. Looking lively enough for the moment. Here's Collins. And Thompson's positioning made that look easy. With a good move from Hibs. George McCluskey very much involved once again, shrugging off the limp for the moment as he came forward, released the pass to Collins. That was a good shot, but Thompson took it comfortably. And that effort on the part of George McCluskey has taken its toll. The Hibs centre forward is clearly inconvenienced, limping heavily. And I don't think he'll take much more part in the game. Sturrock to McInally. Switching the play to Bannon on the right. That's for Ferguson. Hibs coming away in the break now. Bell to Collins. McCluskey and Cowan waiting in the middle, and that's for neither of them. An easy one for Clark. And the running again up front from United. Offered immediately, this time by Sturrock. There's Bannon. Kevin Gallacher needs help. Lots of Hibs defenders back though. Here Mitchell settling in very well indeed in the heart of the Hibs defence. A long ball from Neri. Sturrock trying to control it under pressure. Bell to Snedden. Snedden once again. Hibs being forced to play inside their own half for long periods now as Ferguson sends it towards Gallacher. Can he beat Ray? Well, he beat Ray all right, but Tom Carson once again dominant inside the Hibs box. Carelessness by Gordon Ray initially. Ian Ferguson's pass is an accurate one. Gallacher lobbing it over Gray to create the shooting chance, and there was Carson swooping at his feet. Now the change is being made for Hibs. George McCluskey limps off, and the replacement is Mark Cockey, the Northern Ireland World Cup man. So striker for striker. Cockey had the chance to forge a partnership up front with Steve Cowan. Redford to Gallacher. Headed away by Mitchell, picked up by Bell. Cowan is the only man up front at the moment, so it goes through midfield on the left through Tortolano. A long deep pass for Kane. Queuing up in the middle now, but United have a lot of players back. Steve Cowan, inches away. Well, an accurate ball in the end from Paul Kane. The outswinging cross, Cowan going up, a powerful header, and Thompson looked very relaxed indeed as that ball went very close to his right-hand post. Tortolano seeing a lot of the ball again for Hibs. Here's Collins. Brilliant play from Collins. Well, that would have been a masterpiece. And encouragement now from the Hibs fans, and rightly so. Tortolano had possession, laid it inside to Collins. This is one of the most promising talents in the Scottish game. Going forward, sleight of foot to go past one man, create a shooting chance, and that was just inches away from the post. Good turn by Kane, but McInally is there once again for United in midfield. Redford. They try to go alone. His ankle clipped from the back as he went forward, and this will result in a booking for Dougie Bell. So booking for Bell and a free kick. Fully 30 yards out for Dundee United, but this is an opportunity for John Clark to show his shooting power. I wonder if Clark fancies this as a possible. It's a long, long way out. Well, struck with lots of power, but he couldn't keep it down. McInally to Bannon. Ferguson playing it early to Sturrock. Going inside Snedden. Snedden's taking to his task well. Here's Bell now with a chance to create something for Hibs. But look at McInally snapping at his heels, giving him no room at all to develop any of these surging runs from midfield. Ortolano. The chance for Cowan, the layoff, and Neary was there. It was good play though from Hibs. Cowan's intentions clear, laying that into the path of Collins, but Neary read it quickly enough. Sean Clark again. Sturrock under pressure from Snedden. And brought down once again by the Hibs fullback. And this time I think Snedden will be in trouble. So Paul Sturrock brought down. Alec Miller is incensed. Gordon Wallace and Alec Miller clashing on the track. Now that is a very unseemly scene. The United coach and the Hibs manager, Alec Miller, leaping off his seat as soon as that free kick was given, and the booking was administered to Alan Snedden. Clearly incensed, although it certainly appeared to be a foul by Snedden on Sturrock. And Snedden has been guilty of a few already, so the booking has been given for persistent fouling. And Alan Snedden is being taken off, and I wonder if that's for his own good, having been booked. The replacement is Gordon Hunter. So some high-ranking police officers now having a word with Alec Miller, the Hibs manager, who certainly appears to have become very agitated indeed. Ray's header. Kirkwood. Well, that's brilliantly taken by Bannon. And the shot well taken in the end by Carson, but the way that Bannon controlled that ball really was outstanding. Setting himself up for the shot at goal, and Carson's positioning too was excellent. Ferguson's header. Bannon returns it. Good running by McInally. He's caught out the Hibs defence. And there's the second. That's the clincher from Jim McInally. Perhaps the most important player in the field this afternoon, Jim McInally, and they are adding yet another string to his bow. 2 minutes from time. Now, where did McInally come from? Racing in behind the Hibs defence to pick up that accurate pass, closing in on Tom Carson, and then drilling the ball into the far corner to make the point secure for Dundee United.